Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is January 20th, 2026. I got the date right twice in a row. Let's go. But today, we're going to be talking about the one-to-one rule because we do have an update on how much Barcelona or how much more Barcelona need to achieve the one-to-one rule. Also, we have an update in regards to the supporters section, which is something that people always ask me, Mo, when are we going to get the supporters section back? I got an update on that. And finally, I also have an update about Hamza Abdul Karim. Another question that people have been asking me, Mo, when is Hamza coming? Don't worry, I got an update for you as well. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. We'll begin this video with an update in regards to the one-to-one rule because we now know how much more Barcelona will need to achieve this one-to-one rule and be able to spend every single euro that they make on signings, because right now they cannot, right? They can only use, I think it's 60% of every euro that they make on signings. This is, of course, a measure that La Liga applies to clubs who are spending more than they earning in order to prevent them from further spending on signings and risk bankruptcy. Now, it's reported that Barcelona are 14 million euros away from achieving the one-to-one rule. And this is, of course, a gap that has been reduced over the years thanks to the efforts of Joan Laporta and his board of directors, who, through increasing the club's revenue with new sponsorships, reducing the salary wage or the wages of the players by either selling players or getting rid of players that had very high contracts, or, for example, in the case of Frankie de Jong, renewing him so you can split his salary over more years. All these efforts have slowly reduced the gap that Barcelona need to achieve in order to achieve the one-to-one rule. And well, now that gap is down to 14 million euros. So not a lot. Barcelona sell a player for 14 million, for example, that would put us at the one-to-one rule. Now, of course, we do also have an update that Barcelona are currently awaiting the final payment from selling the rights to the VIP seats at the Camp Nou. That payment should be arriving in June, and by then, Barcelona should be able to count the entire 100 million euros that they made off that deal as profit, which, of course, 100 million is way more than the 14 million that we need to achieve the one-to-one rule. So it's reported that Barcelona could achieve the one-to-one rule before this summer transfer market. Now, on to the next bit of news, because we do have an update about the supporter section, something that Barcelona has not had in, I think, a year by now. As you might recall from my previous video, Barcelona sent a bill to the supporter section worth around, I think it was 26 or 27,000 euros, which was the total of fines that Barcelona had received the prior season from things that the supporter section did, like insults, racist chants, or the racist signs and things like that. So Laporta sent a bill for all the fines that the club had received as a result of the supporter section behavior to the supporter section, telling them, hey, pay up or you're getting suspended. The supporter section refused to pay up, so Laporta decided to suspend them. And ever since, we have not had a supporter section in over a year, which, of course, has been felt, because every time you watch a Barcelona match, the stadium sounds like a freaking graveyard. And in fact, there's been a lot of chants in the stadiums saying Laporta, supporter section yes, Laporta no. In other words, the fans calling for Laporta's head for not having a supporter section. And well, now we have an update, because it's been revealed that the club have met with the Peñas, who made up the former supporters section, in order to try to get them back into the stadium. Now, over the summer, the club had reported that they were going to build an entire new supporter section made up of new members and new Peñas. That never really came to fruition, so maybe this is why this meeting came about. But it's reported that the sensation was all positive during this meeting, and some of the Peñas who met with the club actually posted or released some pretty positive statements saying that, this is what they wanted from the beginning, is, open dialogue with the club in order to try to reach a resolution. So it looks like the club have taken one step forward into reopening the supporter section, which, given the timing, I'm pretty sure this is purely motivated by, elections, because, Laporta is running for re-election. People will be calling for his head because the supporter section, all of a sudden, I'm going to call him back after I banned him for more than a year. But anyways, I'll take it. If we can get our supporter section back, I'm all for it, even if it's purely, personal reason or motivation that Laporta is doing it. Now, speaking of Joan Laporta, it's been revealed that after Barcelona's defeat at the hands of Real Sociedad, Joan Laporta went into the locker room to speak to the players, where he applauded their efforts for fighting until the final minute, and also complained about the referees, Gil Manzano and Del Cerro Grande, because Joan Laporta was absolutely furious with the performance of those two refs. And it's been revealed that Laporta told the players that with those two refs, it was not only impossible to beat Real Sociedad, but it was impossible to beat any team when those two refs are together. Now, I got to say, I kind of disagree with this statement. I don't like that Joan Laporta said that to the players. I think a better message would have been to just applaud them for their efforts and tell them, hey, you guys, played your heart out, fought until the last second. You deserve to win, because that's the truth. I think Barcelona deserved to win that match. Barcelona were infinitely better than Real Sociedad. Barcelona played very well, created a lot of chances, but unfortunately, luck was not on our side. The ball did not want to go in, which sometimes happens. This loss was not as a result of the team not playing well or as a team not playing with intensity or anything like that. I think that would have been the perfect message, and then ended it there. I don't believe in blaming refs the same way Flick doesn't believe in blaming refs. Plus, I think we created enough chances where even though the refs were shitty, because they always are, we still should have been able to win. But again, sometimes luck is just not on your side. Anyways, on to the next bit of news, because we do have an update about Hamza Abdul Karim, someone that people always ask me about. Mo, when is Hamza Abdul Karim coming to Barcelona? Where I have an update for you. But for those of you who don't know Hamza, or just joined the channel recently, he's of course an Egyptian center forward who just turned 18 years old, one of the most promising players, if not the most promising player to come out of Egypt. He currently plows his trade at Al Ahly, and Barcelona had reached an agreement with the player several weeks ago so he can join Barca Athletic on loan until the end of the season, with an option to buy. Now, Barcelona later on negotiated the agreement with Al Ahly, who finally agreed to Barcelona's improved offer of, again, free loan until the end of the season, with an option to buy worth 3 million euros fixed plus 5 million euros in variables. But since Barcelona reached an agreement with Al Ahly and the player, negotiations had stopped. We didn't hear anything. And there was even some reports saying that Barcelona had backed away from this deal, where it seems that those reports are incorrect. The only reason why we stopped hearing about Hamza Abdul Karim, because he was finalizing his contract renewal with Al Ahly, because Al Ahly want him to renew for one more season in case Barcelona don't activate the option to buy. That way he can go back to Al Ahly and still have a contract with them. And it looks like now Barcelona and Al Ahly have resumed talks. And right now, everything is done. The only thing missing is the processing of the player's visa and work permit, which should be done in the next few days. And it's expected that Barcelona could announce this signing officially by the end of the month. So don't worry, people. Hamza Abdul Karim is coming to the club. It's just a matter of finalizing his immigration paperwork. Now, we will end today's video with the news that Barcelona have now reached an agreement to renew one of the most promising players in the academy, or a promising player in the academy, after so much bad news of Dro's going to leave, and Cuenca's going to leave, and Kim Junien's going to leave, and Guille Fernandez is thinking about it, and then Mamadou Mbak is going to leave. Well, now we have someone who's actually staying. Now, who's that someone? It's no other than Juan Hernandez, the 18-year-old Barca Academy player who can play both as an attacking midfielder and as a winger. Now, Juan Hernandez has a contract until 2026, which expires this summer, and he has reached an agreement in principle to renew with Barcelona despite having multiple offers on the table from several European clubs. And in fact, Juan Hernandez has been rewarded for his decision to stay by a call-up to the Champions League, because if you watched the video from earlier today, I went over the squad list, and Juan Hernandez is on it. In fact, he's currently in Prague ahead of tomorrow's Champions League match. So Barcelona securing the future of Juan Hernandez. Of course, they still have to sit down and agree to the terms and sign the paperwork. But for now, Juan Hernandez has informed Barcelona that yes, he wants to stay, he wants to renew, and that he wants to continue his journey with Barcelona again, despite having multiple offers. That is all for tonight. I did upload another video a few moments ago. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, be scars.